All right, so every Monday we bring you like a special feature of an SME. And today, House of Irawo aspires to become a global leader in increasing the accessibility of high-quality, ready-to-wear and custom-made Nigerian pieces. Irawo translates to stars in Yoruba land, so that means a house of stars is the brand. And their goal is to make every woman glow with style and elegance. And this morning, I'm joined by the founders or the co-founders of this organization, Abby and Dola Ikomi, this morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
You know, when I sit here with SMEs and owners of SMEs, it's always a joy because any business that is surviving in Nigeria and doing well is what you would call a testimony. Testimony to hard work, to resilience, relentlessness and all that. So I want to say well done to you guys.
Thank you.
So let's talk about how this business started. I know that you are a mom and daughter duo.
Yes, we are.
So obviously this idea or this business started from you.
Yes.
Right. So to talk to us about the start of House of Irawo.
Yes, thank you very much again. House of Irawo was started 2017. I think what really prompted it is the fact that I've always been very fashion forward. A lot of my friends will come to me for styling tips and styling ideas. So it was something that, you know, I was just very comfortable doing. So after my kids, my first two daughters graduated in the US in 2017, April. And they said to me, Mom, we would like for you to bring us Ankara and all that. And it was so difficult for me to find. I went everywhere. I couldn't. And then I said to myself, after I go back, like, you know what, Abby, you can do this. People have always said, you know, you're natural. So I just started, just like that.
You started this ready-to-wear pieces, and obviously, I mean, you've been, with a bit of experience that you had, being someone who's into fashion and all that, you then pushed out. Now, what were the most important things that you needed to put in place when you were starting in 2017? Because, I mean, obviously, if you're doing a business, you can't just jump into it.
Oh, no.
So what were the most important, the key things that you looked at?
The first factor was to get a good team to work with. That was very important because really, no matter how creative you are or talented you are, if you don't have the right people to work with, then you're just, you know, on ground zero. So then, of course, I reached out to my daughters and I told them, guys, this is what I want to do. And knowing that they've also loved fashion, so it was easy for us to just then, you know, blend. And then I went into the market and into the job market, started recruiting, and luckily I was just so blessed. People just kept coming to me and, you know, offering their services. And yeah, that's where we are today.
That's amazing. I mean, Dola, you graduated over in the US and you decided that, okay, you know what, I'm going back to Nigeria to join my mother in this business. Was this an easy decision for you?
Yes and no. Yes, in the sense of I love Nigeria. I love anytime I would come here from holidays, I'd always was like, oh, I have to go back into the cold. So working with my mom when it's a family business, it's honestly been a really great decision. My background is in advertising and marketing. So while my mom is the creative designer and the director, I help really push out the brand into the market and help with the operations as well. So it's really honestly a very dynamic duo. We also have two other sisters who are also part of the business as well. One is a brand consultant, and the other is more of the accounting finance person.
I like it. So
that's
this
not me.
So this is a standard family business.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes.
The Ikomi family
Yes,
doing.
you call us the Kardashians of Nigeria.
So pushing fashion, doing the branding, and you know, just keeping it all in the family. That's really, really good. So let's talk about the challenges, because I mean, I know that there are lots of people who are doing ready-to-wear Ankara pieces now. The industry is expanding. Government is paying attention. But what are the challenges that you would say are the biggest challenges that you have in this
I
business?
would say the cost of running the business. You know, most of the time we're on generator, and that is really capital intensive. It bites into our profit. So you can imagine, you know, because our service is almost 24 hours, you know, when clients come in for our custom-made pieces, they come in and they're expecting you to return their, you know, their finished product. So they don't want to know if you don't have power or whatever. They just expect you to deliver.
And in Nigeria, you know, some of these things are time-bound.
They are really time-bound. They have an event, and you know how we all do, women here. They have an event on Saturday. Somebody's calling you on Thursday.
Thursday
Please,
night.
you know, you guys, you have to help me, blah, blah, blah. So you're not going to tell them the challenges, you just want to deliver.
Right.
So you're on constant generator. And that really is, it's something that bothers any SME. It's really sad that we have to really spend most of our profit on diesel and all that. And then another, I would say staffing, because sometimes, you take a lot of effort to train your staff. And then,
after a while, they
just disappear. Yeah.
Exactly.
They disappear.
It's one of the things that I also wanted to talk about. The fact that in Nigeria, people have always complained that sometimes you get a good piece and it's really, really good at the time you get it. But Nigerian designers can maintain that quality. So would you say that the staffing is part of the challenge? So you have a very good guy that you've had for 6 months or 1 year, and then suddenly you have to train somebody else.
Yes, that can really affect you, really, if you're not prepared. For someone like me, I'm a solution expert. I always call myself that. Not because I have training in it, but I always like to anticipate. So I'm waiting, I know, okay, the typical thing is for you to train someone, and maybe someone will come and poach them. That happens a lot. So make sure you have enough staffing so you're well equipped to manage any crisis that come up.
Yeah. Now, Dola, you are, of course, handling marketing for this brand. One of the challenges that businesses also have in Nigeria is scaling up. If I want to expand, I'm getting more demand for my products.
Yes.
It used to only be in Lagos. Now, Port Harcourt is calling me.
Exactly.
Maybe Accra is calling me.
Yes.
Your friends over in the US are asking for more.
Financing.
How do you ensure that you can meet the increasing demand for the business, especially as the market is opening up?
Definitely. Well, thank God for e-commerce and our online shipping as well. That has really been something that we really want to take off as well this year, because we're seeing that our customer base has really expanded. It used to be, more of our network, our friends and family, but now we have people from Canada calling us, which is really a blessing, from all over the world. So it's really about making sure your operations and logistics are, really intact. Yeah.
Because one of the things that I know, it's also a big challenge. Sometimes you have a great business
Exactly.
and you can't meet the demand, and so, or the quality.
Exactly.
So how do you just maintain that minimum standard, though, especially when you're shipping out, across the world?
Yeah, quality control.
Yeah, exactly.
We just make sure that our quality control team, they are on top of everything. And I supervise a lot. You will call me a hard worker. I work 24/7.
And I would say also, especially with our clients abroad, we even make sure things are even more perfect. Because if it's someone in Lagos, for example, or Abuja, we can definitely, find a way to resolve it. But if it's someone abroad, if you live far away, we make sure that it's always perfect before giving it out to the
return
world.
it from there would be a problem.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's amazing. House of Stars, House of Irawo. Thank you so much
Power
for joining us on the show today. And as a reward for all your hard work, this happens once in a while. We're going to be taking you to the kitchen where you're going to be tasting the food. We've been hard at work since about 7 a.m. So the food is ready, and we're going to do a walk to the kitchen.
We're ready.